Next up, it is the uneven bars final. Well, this one should be nice and calm and entirely devoid of the cheering and absolute passionate support of the home fans. They've only got two fantastic uneven bars workers in this competition after all, and one of them's retiring. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute crackerjack of an uneven bars final. Great to have your company for it. And it could be a very tight contest as well. Blythe, we had a look at the numbers, didn't we? And essentially just stopped and thought, you know what, this is really hard to call.
It certainly seems up for grabs, but it is going to be so exciting. Uneven bars right now is fantastic to watch, with athletes taking lots of risk, and these 8 athletes that we are about to see do spectacular things with spectacular form.
Well, uneven bars are always up for grabs. The question is, who can seize control of the competition? For the final time, we welcome the great Kim Bui into the arena. This is her retirement competition. She has even greater things to contribute to the world after this. Team medalist yesterday. Italy's Giorgia Villa, medalist at the Youth Olympic Games on the uneven bars and a team gold medalist yesterday. Alice D'Amato, the top performer in qualification, with a massive 14.566. She may have something else in store for us, though, based on the warm-up. Great Britain's Georgia May Fenton, the reigning 2 times Commonwealth Games uneven bars champion and team silver medalist from yesterday. Naomi Visser of the Netherlands, second best in qualification. The gymnast who is the reigning national champion on the uneven bars. Alice Kinsella, the heartbeat of the British team and all-around silver medalist. And a gymnast who has proven herself to be one of the finest in the world in recent years. Laurette Sharpie, the 9th strongest in qualification. An excellent performer on the uneven bars with a terrific record. I don't know if you can even hear us say Elizabeth Seitz, so loud is it in this arena. Team bronze medalist and an uneven bars bronze medalist in 2017 to add to her European all-around silver medal in 2011. She's won 23 national titles, Elizabeth Seitz. This looks like it's going to be a fascinating competition, and naturally Kim Bui will be at the heart of it. She's the first to perform. It will be the final performance of her career. Normally at this stage we run through what to expect, we run through the contenders, but I think it's appropriate just to take a moment, because once the competition gets underway we'll be caught up in the drama of the gymnastics itself, that we just reflect and pause to think about the great career that Kim Bui has had. And I don't mean her gymnastics career, This is the career of an eminent scientist. This is the career of a technical biology graduate who's a protein engineer working on a cure for cancer. This is somebody who has devoted her life outside of gymnastics to the betterment of human life, to the safety of others and to the health of others. We've talked at length about her gymnastics career. We'll talk more about it. But Kim Bui, whatever direction you look in when you stare at her life, has taught people how it should be done, hasn't she?
She really has. And one of the things that she has imparted is that you don't have to be a certain age to be at the absolute top of your game as a gymnast. In her early 30s, she has looked among the best that she ever has in her career, and that goes for this week in Munich as well. What you accomplish in gymnastics is not necessarily measured in medals. And for Kim Bui, with 17 years on the German national team, you think about the message that that sends to young gymnasts and gymnasts who are no longer quite so young, and what is possible for them. That, well, it's worth more than medals, isn't it?
So, where is this final going to be decided? I'll leave you arguing amongst yourselves at home about that. Those are your contenders. As is the new custom, we'll have two-touch warm-ups. We have now Georgia May Fenton, the last of the gymnasts to warm up in the first half of the competition. Wonderful performer on the uneven bars. Who just defended her Commonwealth Games title. No one's ever done that before on the uneven bars. If you're just joining the action, you're watching apparatus finals at the European Artistic Gymnastics Championships. The women's competition concludes today. The men's competition begins on Thursday of next week. We have 3 more apparatus finals to come in our coverage. Alice Kinsella will go 6th in the order as the 6th strongest in qualification. Well, I would imagine there are a fair few people rather emotional right now as they get to witness for the last time a gymnastics great in Germany's Kim Bui, the 33-year-old who draws to a close with this routine her 17-year national team career. A 10th European Championships, 3 Olympic Games, and medals at the European Championships a decade apart. An uneven bars bronze medal in 2011, a team bronze medal yesterday. The music playing in the background. Hans Zimmer's exquisite Now We Are Free, the final theme from Gladiator. Here is one of gymnastics' great warriors in the Colosseum for the last time. never see such times again. 17 years on the national team, but so much more. On the competition floor, off the competition floor, bringing joy, saving lives. Kim Bui, a true gymnastics legend in the Olympiahalle of Munich. There's a wonderful line in Shakespeare's Macbeth. We will paraphrase it. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by her worth, for then it hath no end. If we were to be as sad about her retirement as her greatness dictates we should be, then we would never finish being sad. Instead, we'll just enjoy this and cheer the great Kim Bui.
One more piece of art. After 25 years spent perfecting her craft, what we have come to expect from Kim Bui on the uneven bars, a meticulous final routine.
And from art to science for her, as she devotes herself to the rest of her career. 14.066. You know what? You can't go out much better than that. Sensational. Well, how's that for a start to this uneven bars final? Giorgia Vila next to go, the Italian who won team gold yesterday. Youth Olympic Games medalist on this apparatus.
And 4 skills in a row. Kachev, Pak Salto, Maloney, and this beautiful Bahardwaj. She has such a clean swing. Her form is superb. The gymnast with the highest execution score in the qualification. Full twisting double tack.
And a pretty tidy execution score in the final, one suspects. Now, Giorgia Vila scored 14.2 in the preliminary round. That was another very nice display from the 19-year-old from Ponte San Pietro in Lombardy.
Really elegant work. She's got a big swing, but her form is what really sets her apart. Wonderful lightness on this full twisting double tack. Dare we say that the bar has been set high for the rest of the field?
I think we're entitled to here. Gefreidi, the mascot. Gefreidi is be happy in Bavarian. Well done to 8-year-old Stephanie from Nuremberg, who won a competition to design the mascot for these championships. Let's face it, everyone's nuts about a squirrel. Georgia Vila awaits her score. And it is 14.1. She just goes ahead of Kim Bui, to her relief and her delight, and to the generous applause of the retiring German gymnast. And that's quite some start to this uneven bars final. Now, this is interesting. Alice D'Amato, top qualifier, 14.566, bronze medalist in 2019, but with a 6.2 difficulty that we might see expanded upon in this final.
Already the highest difficulty in the qualification. The upgrade, if it comes, would be on her dismount. Wonderful church to pack salto at the Van Leuven. Maloney with a half turn. She has perhaps the silkiest swing in all of Europe. Inverted giants and done with a full turn. There's the double front. No upgrade today, but still wonderful.
That is a very fine routine from Alice D'Amato, who had a few tenths of margin over Naomi Visser after qualification. She could be very tidily positioned after the score comes in.
And I must correct myself, this is not a church, this is a downy, the Stalder in through the pike kachev. Really well combined into the pack salto. There's no break in rhythm when she swings. And look at the height above the bar as she finishes that second salto.
This could shake things up a touch. Goodness me, what an Italian team we've seen at these championships. It's been extraordinary and wonderful to behold. And based on the results of the junior competition, the next lot coming through ain't half bad either. It's a 14.4 for Alice D'Amato. That is really going to take some beating. She's a 10th down on difficulty from qualification, but it's a very high number. She goes into the lead. It's Italy 1 and 2 so far.
Representing Great Britain, für Großbritannien.
The fourth competitor in this uneven bars final is Great Britain's Georgia May Fenton, the reigning and indeed defending Commonwealth Games champion.
She has a really unique release skill coming up. This should be a toe stalder to pike kachev with a half turn connected directly into an ezeva. Call a hecht back with a half twist. Clear hip, full pirouette, giants, and full twisting double tuck, stuck, but it sounded like she clipped her foot on the low bar coming through one of those preparatory giants. If that is the case, she could lose 5/10 of a point.
Well, we saw an ezeva from Georgia May Fenton. This uneven bars final's got us on the ezeva seats at the moment. Let's have a look back. She's got such a lovely style on this piece.
The other question is, if she caught the bar through that half twist with her arms crossed, she might, but only might, not receive credit for the element. It's one thing the judges are looking for. And well done for sticking this dismount, if indeed she did clip her foot. It wasn't something we saw visually, it was more something that we heard.
She is the reigning English champion on the uneven bars, as well as her Commonwealth Games title won for Team England. As I'm sure many of you know, the home nations of the United Kingdom compete separately at the Commonwealth Games. She also won a team gold medal, along with Ondina Champong and Alice Kinsella, who are here. 6 times Great Britain has won the uneven bars at the European Championships.
And the super slow-mo replay does indeed seem to indicate that as she kicks up into this full twisting double tuck, she had actually clipped her feet on the bar. It's really well done to her for not letting it show.
Quite extraordinary, actually, isn't it, that she landed that as well as she did?
Quite extraordinary, exactly. Usually it hurts. To add insult to injury, there's a deduction for it as well if it's noticed.
13.9 in qualification, Georgia May Fenton. 13.633. Execution 8.033 for the British gymnast. She goes into 4th place. And that brings us to the end of the first half of the competition. Now the remainder are warming up. We have Lorette Sharpie on the apparatus now. Naomi Visser and Alice Kinsella have already concluded their warm-ups. Elizabeth Seitz will be the last to go. That's a draw which has really benefited the home fans, hasn't it? Starting and ending with German competitors. Random draw, naturally. She is a wonderful gymnast on the uneven bars, Elizabeth Seitz.
She has an element that is named for her, a transition from low to high. Also somebody early in her career was known for just doing sparkling, spectacularly difficult elements, such as the death. Dinger with a full twist.
It's a veteran German team that we've seen turn up at these championships, and yet when you look at people like young Emma Malewski, you are hopeful of the future of the German national team as well.
Certainly are. There's a lot of talent coming through for Germany. And a few very promising young gymnasts who are still in the junior ranks.
Representing the Netherlands, für die Niederlande, Naomi Visser.
Naomi Visser of the Netherlands. Second strongest performer in the preliminary round. 14.266. That would put her right in contention if she can do it here.
She's going to start off with a skill that's actually named after Georgia May Fenton. And her toes hit the ground as she transitioned out of the Yezhova. Crowd's really cheering her on.
It's such a rapid routine, isn't it, from Naomi Visser? Most unfortunate at the start. She had that complication, scraping the ground. It was a very difficult routine in qualifying, a 6 difficulty. We had 3 gymnasts on a 6 difficulty, and then Alicia D'Amato on a 6.2.
And it's questionable what the judges are going to do with this, because the deduction for hitting the mat with your feet is like a fall. It's a full mark. However, if they decide that she simply brushed the mat with her feet, she's only going to lose 0.3 of a point. This was where the error happened. And look at her right hand, how she barely gets it around the bar. Such quick thinking and quick reaction not to have a full fall right there.
How on earth she actually stayed on the apparatus is
wow.
something that defies physics.
Wow.
I mean, that is a combination, isn't it, of incredible quick thinking and substantial power. But she surely is aware that there will be some detriment to the execution score. She won a bronze medalist with the Dutch team at the 2018 European Championships in Glasgow in front of a hugely excitable hydro crowd who've been given a run for their money by the Munich faithful here. That's your top three so far. .066, the number required to secure bronze. It's 13.066 for Naomi Visser. So she is in 5th position. And that's despite that 6 difficulty, a 7.066 for execution. Alice Kinsella, who is the pulse that keeps the British team moving. This rock-solid member of the team.
This is a routine with a different look from some of the others that we'll see in this final. But what it has in common with them is that there are really important combinations that get her a lot of connection bonus. Rechna really catches that on her fingertips and is not able to control it and swing cleanly out. Having stopped the routine, she will incur a full mark penalty. But that was the right decision.
Alice Kinsella of Great Britain had a very awkward landing. She's quickly up and, well, she's smiling, and thank goodness, because I think we'll all smile knowing that she isn't hurt there, because that was a very awkward looking landing from the British gymnast.
Whenever a gymnast takes a landing on what potentially looks like a straight leg, everybody cringes and goes, ooh. But as you say, Ollie, it looks like she is just fine.
Some important context is needed about Alice Kinsella and 3 of her British teammates here. They've almost come directly from the Commonwealth Games. The schedule for gymnastics at Birmingham 2022 was very packed. So we look back once again at that very troublesome landing for Alice Kinsella, and what a relief when she got up and we saw that facial expression. But as I was saying, the schedule has been very difficult for the gymnasts. Very difficult. There wasn't much recovery time in between qualification and the finals in Birmingham. They're entitled to be running on fumes at the moment, the British athletes who competed at the Commonwealth Games. Alice Kinsella scores 11.666. She departs the European Championships as a team and all-around silver medalist. So we can tell you then that Italy have secured another medal. Alice D'Amato has got something to add to her team gold. What of Laurette Sharpie? 9th strongest in qualification, 13.833.
She's going to begin with a transition. We don't see that often. Clear hip hecht with a half turn. We see its variation, the Van Leuven, quite a lot. Toestalder, 1.5 turn, right into a pike Jaeger. It's a very important combination for her. And that as well, very important. That's the Sheng. Clear hip to pike Kachev. Gets her 0.6 of a point in difficulty all on its own. Oh, and right on top of the bar in handstand.
A big performance from Lorette Sharpie, but she collapses on the ground immediately. Oh no. And that looked a very, very uncomfortable and painful fall from a gymnast who has had well-documented trouble with that part of her body.
She had a severe knee injury in the spring of 2021. She tore her ACL. She did all the rehab. She got herself back into physical condition where she was ready to do difficult gymnastics again. She had a slight setback at the Mediterranean Games about a month ago. And it seems that once again, all is not well with her left knee.
Well, Lorette Sharpie is being led off the competition floor at the moment to applause from the crowd. I think there are many of you watching, I'm sure, who will have found that a most distressing moment to witness as she concluded her uneven bars routine. And my goodness, it's been a day of a not small number of injuries in these finals. We've seen 3 gymnasts now experience real problems. And once again, we just wish nothing but the absolute best for Lorette Sharpie. It's really had an impact on the gymnast sitting there in the leading position as well. Well, Lorette Sharpie's score is an exceptional one, 14.166. She goes into the silver medal position. Again, we just hope and really hope that she is okay. She is standing with some assistance at the moment. We have one last performance to come in this uneven bars final. Germany's Elisabeth Seitz, the bronze medalist in 2017, a team bronze medalist yesterday.
Like every routine in this final, this one packed with important combinations. Stalder Shapashnikova to uprise Stalder Kachev, the Reachna. Throws in a Jaeger, terrific snap on that. There's the church, toe on pike Kachev, right to a pack salto. The Van Leuven, 0.5 of a point just for doing that. And toe Stalder full, right to full twisting double tuck.
A very good performance from Elisabeth Seitz of Germany. The 23-time national champion, the last to go in this uneven bars final. To a delighted crowd in the Olympiahalle in Munich. Has she managed to get herself on the podium? Alice D'Amato leads. Lorette Sharpie, who we just saw there receiving treatment, in second place. Georgia Vila in third.
As ever, Elisabeth Seitz so smooth in her transitions. The dismount combination. Toe Stalder with a full turn, kicks into the full twisting double tuck. Both of those elements worth a D, so she gets, just for performing, 0.4 of a point each. Then she gets some combination bonus as well. And her entire routine is like that.
14.4 gold, 14.166 is silver, 14.1 is bronze, not anymore! The gold medal to Elisabeth Seitz of Germany. The first ever gymnast from the unified Germany to win the uneven bars title at the European Championships.
finally for her, finally.
In 1985, Maxi Gnauk won her second title for East Germany. Now Elisabeth Seitz, a unified German champion, and a moment that this 28-year-old has dreamed of.
She has performed so brilliantly on the uneven bars for so long, and she has never really had a moment like this to cherish for all the work that she's done.
She was fourth at the Olympics in Rio. She's been on various podia. She's been there and thereabouts. This is her time internationally in the center spots. And who comes over to her? A gymnast who will say words like this for the last time to one of her teammates. Once and for all, please, this nonsense about the peak ages of gymnasts, once and for all, these myths about having to be a teenager in your best form, out of the window, gone forever, no more conversations like that. The evidence is compelling, it's scientific. Laurette Sharpie is moving around, albeit gingerly. And that is a good thing to see.
She did have a landing that was similar to what we saw at the Mediterranean Games on floor exercise about a month ago. It didn't look very comfortable, but she was all right. With the proper rehabilitation, she is proving that her knee is resilient. She is resilient, and she is a gymnast with such tremendous love of this sport. And she said that it's that love that has helped her carry her through, and it will continue to do so.
The classified result in the women's uneven bars competition. France's Laurette Sharpie takes the bronze medal. Italy's Alice D'Amato wins the silver. And it is Elisabeth Seitz of Germany with a score of 14.433 who narrowly wins her first ever European Championship and a unified Germany's first ever.
So, meine Damen und Herren, und jetzt steht sie hier, die neue Europameisterin. Schauen Sie dieses Lachen an, Elli Seitz. Elli, was sind das für Gefühle jetzt hier heute in der Olympiahalle?
Es ist einfach überwältigend, das ist ein Traum, der gerade wahr wird und den ich mir irgendwie nicht vorstellen konnte, weil ich seit 2009 im Nationalteam bin. So viele Events schon mitgemacht habe, in so vielen Finals stand, so oft 4., 5., 6., 7., 8. wurde. Es wurde mal Bronze bei der WM, es wurde mal Bronze bei einer Europameisterschaft, aber Gold, das ist einfach, ja, unglaublich.
Das ist dein Applaus, Elli Seitz!
Could it have happened in a finer place than this for her? Once again, those classified results in the women's uneven bars competition here in Munich. We will have for you in just a short while the uneven bars victory ceremony before we move on to the balance beam competition. Meanwhile, a look back at how the medals were won.
Medal ceremony for the women's artistic gymnastics uneven bars. Siegerehrung Gerät und Stufenbarren.
It's time for the victory ceremony in the uneven bars competition at the Munich 2022 European Championships and the artistic gymnastics competitions.
The medals and Champions Flowers will be presented by. Die Medaillen und Champions Flowers werden überreicht von Karin Büttner-Jans, zweifache Olympiasiegerin, München 1972. Sabrina Grösberg, Women's Technical Committee, Mitglied von European Gymnastics. Und Marit Kavanagh, Women's Technical Committee, Mitglied von European Gymnastics.
Well, another very distinguished presentation party.
France. Gewinnerin der Bronzemedaille für Frankreich, Laurette Charpie.
The bronze medalist, France's Laurette Charpie. A remarkable comeback that she has been undertaking as a gymnast, battling with extremely serious injury. We hope that she is okay following a difficult landing, but my word, she has made it onto the podium. The silver medal to Alice D'Amato, going better than she did in 2019. She was the bronze medalist, and this is now added to her team title.
Gewinnerin der Goldmedaille und Europameisterin für Deutschland, Elisabeth Seitz.
She has given so much for the sport in this country. She has been so beloved by the fans for well over a decade, but she has never had a moment like this. She stood next to champions. She's been close, but now she is the European champion, and she is the Elisabeth Seitz. The first ever unified German champion on the uneven bars. And she does it in Munich. And we will hear now the national anthem of Germany, the host nation for Munich 2022, played in honour of Elisabeth Seitz.
Of Germany. Die Nationalhymne von Deutschland.
the medalists in the women's uneven bars competition at the European Championships of Artistic Gymnastics. And quite some presentation party as well to honour these gymnasts, in particular Germany's Ellie Seitz. Karin Büttner-Jans, champion at the Olympics in Munich in 1972, including on the uneven bars, and she was an uneven bars European Championship medalist in 1969 as well. So Germany make their presence more strongly felt on the medal table as they win their first gold. And we will continue in a moment with the balance beam final.
Geschichte